today is the third day of Pashans Habib. Pashans Habib. May God make it always received year after year, and we with reassurance and tranquility, while our sins after forgiven by tender mercies of our Father and brothers, mothers, and sisters, trustworthy. Amen. The preacher of Saint Cyril the Great. On this day, in the year 160 Anno Domini, 27 June 444 Anno Domini, the greatest father departed, the pillar of religion and the lamp of the Orthodox Church and the Universal Church, not just Coptic Orthodox, because this before division. Saint Cyril the first, the Pope of Alexandria and the 24th Patriarch. He is actually global resource of theology. This saint was the son of the sister of Pope Theophilus, the 23rd Patriarch, and was raised by his uncle at the school of Alexandria, and educated in the theological and physical sciences necessary to defend the Christian religion and the Orthodox faith straight. And after obtaining the abundant portion of these sciences, his uncle sent him to the monastery of Saint Makar in the wilderness, so he was dispelled there at the hands of Petrus. Priest, his name is Sarabamon, and he read to him all the other ecclesiastical books and the saying of the pure fathers, and tamed his mind to practice virtuous piety for a period of time. Then, after spending 5 years in the wilderness, Pope Theophilus sent him to the Father Serapion, the Bishop of the Honorable, so that he became wiser, knowledgeable, and trained in piety and virtue. After that, the bishop brought him back to Alexandria, so his uncle rejoiced greatly in him, drew a deacon, and appointed him as a preacher in Cathedral Church, and made him as writer of hymn. So if Cyril preached possessed the hearts of his listener with his eloquence and strength of influence, and since then he is known for his abundance of knowledge, great piety, and strong influence in his teaching. When his uncle Pope Theophilus departed on the 8th of his gate in 128 Anno Domini, October 128 martyrdom calendar, October 15, 412 Anno Domini, he sat down with his successors on his 20th century in 128 martyrdom calendar, 17 October 420 Anno Domini. So the church became acquainted with his knowledge and directed his attention to opposing pagan worship as a defense of Christian religion, and began to respond to me. The emperor's fourth, Emperor Julian, in his 10 works that were the pride of the pagan youth, claiming that they destroyed the pillars of the Christian religion. Fighting and riots between Jewish and Christian caused the winding conflict between the viceroy and this great saint. who was destroyed by the severity of his adherence to Christian oral teaching, to himself requesting reconciliation with the viceroy, who refused to accept reconciliation, and so the conflict between them lasted for a long time. And when the heresy of Nestorius, the Patriarch of Constantinople, who assumed the chair in 428, appeared in the days of Emperor Theodosius II, he denied that the Virgin was the Mother of God by flesh, not source of divinity, but source of flesh. For him and an ecumenical council consisting of 200 bishops met at Ephesus during the reign of Emperor Theodosius II. Famous for a little one, the head of Saint Cyril, Pope of Alexandria, headed this council and discussed Nestorius and showed him his disbelief and threatened him with a forbidden and exclusion and excommunication from his chair, that he didn't return from his corrupt opinion, and then wrote the 12th chapter of the Right Faith, refuting the errors of Nestorius was disputed, and that by John, the Patriarch of Antioch, and some of Eastern and Oriental bishops, Victorius and Nestorius, and then they returned to harmony of the Universal Church after that, and Cyril triumphed over the opponents of the Church, and he bought many valuable articles and messages explaining and proving it. God the Word is one nature, one will, and one person in incarnate, and he is forbade all he was despised Christ or departed from his opinion. This opinion. Exiled the Emperor Nestorius in the year 435 under Domini to the Egyptian countries and resided in Akhmim until he died in the year 450 under Domini. 440, under Domini. One of the immortal works of Archbishop Cyril was to explain the scriptures, and when he completed his quest a little sick and left in peace after that, the Holy See established 31 years, 8 months, and 10 days. His prayer was us, trustworthy. Also in this day, today, the death of Pope Christinus, Pope of Rumia. On this day, the great Pope Christinus, Bishop of the city of Rumia, departed July 27, 422. The saint was dispelled of Saint Bonifacius, Bishop of Romania, and at his departing I recommend that the Father Christine be after him. Then he commanded him, saying, "Keep my son, he must be in a humble wolf room." His father was a virtuous Saintist monk, and when Bonifacius departed on September 4, 422, under Domini, they drew Christinus on September 10th, 422. During the days of Emperor Honorius, the emperor died in Ravennes, in France, in the year 423, under Domini, when one of the emperors wanted to make Nestorius as a patriarch over Romania and expel the Pope Christinus. The people rose and expelled Nestorius, but the Emperor Julian had hated him. So this saint went out to one of Nestorius close the 5 cities and established a period in it, and God made he had many miracles in his hands. And then the angel Raphael appeared to him in a dream, saying, "Arise to go to Antioch to hear Patriarch Saint Demetrius and stay with him, because the emperor decided in himself to kill you upon his return from the war." When he woke up, he went out to the monastery and had 2 brothers, with him and came to Antioch and found her patriarch, the saint, ill, and they told him what happened. And he resided in one of the monasteries with him. Then Saints Ignatius and Bonifacius appeared with them, another majestic, but not just majestic disease, godly, because majesty from Satan, but miracles from God, these miracles from God, to the emperor in a dream. And they said to him, why did you leave the city of saints without a bishop? The Lord removes yourself from you, and you die in the hand of your enemy. He said to them, what do I do? What shall I do? Then they answered, saying, do you believe in the Son of God? Then he said, yes, I believe. Then they said to them, send to our bishop the Son and return him to his chair in honor. When he woke up, he wrote to your patriarch Antiochus. He asks him to know his apostles in the place of Augustinus and return him to his chair. So he found him and brought him back to his chair with a great dignity, and people met him with joy and pleasure, and the church settled in his presence. And when Nestorius blasphemed and the council assembled against him, Constantine couldn't bring him to himself for his illness, and he sent a priest with a letter prohibiting him. The emperor was satisfied with the statement of Nestorius, but he was subject to the decision of council and exiled Nestorius to Egypt. And when the Lord wanted to get Saint Augustinus out of this world, Bonifacius, his predecessors, and the Athanasius, the apostle, appeared to him and said to him, recommend your people, for Christ is calling you to him. When he woke up, he commanded his people, saying, light wolves, take care from wolves, will enter into the city. And when he said this, he added, saying, I go because the saints ask for me. And when he said that, he died. His prayer with us. Amen. Amazing day. Amen, Mary. God bless you all. Please subscribe, like, share, and comment. Goodbye.